What's up, guys? It's your boy August BTC back again with another video. And what's happening? Bitcoin is crashing, Bitcoin is going down badly, and I wanted to keep you guys updated. Full transparency. The goal here is to bring this account from $1,000 to $10,000, and currently we're sitting around 3,000 ish. We're probably a little bit down on the day, which I'm going to talk about pretty shortly. But Bitcoin is crashing, and what am I doing? Everyone is panicking right now. People are selling Bitcoin. Bitcoin basically broke down the support area of $74,000, 800, well, about $75,000, and now it went all the way down here. The next major support area is $64,000 for Bitcoin, which is crazy. So I'm really hoping that Bitcoin can hold here. But what am I doing? What am I doing to manage this risk? This crash that's happening right here. Again, I'm going to be fully transparent and show you how my account is bleeding. And like I said, guys, we are in a bear market. Every time that Bitcoin is trading below this 200 line moving average, we are in a bear market. But then what I also want to tell you guys is that this is where money and millions is made currently in the bear market. There's people that are taking advantage of this dip and buying the dip. Some people are trading it. So this is a time where you should not panic, and this is a time where you should be strategic, right? Having a strategy and having a system is what's going to make you money. So what am I doing? So currently, guys, overall, as you can see, we are down bad. Let me close up everything just so that you can see. Currently losing about $500 on the whole account right now. You remember my account was sitting about 3,700, 3,800. So we are pretty down pretty heavily on the account. Am I panicking? No. Why? Because I trust the system and I'm actually taking profit even though the market is crashing. What do I mean by that? Let me elaborate. Let me close down these positions to explain every single thing step by step, one by one. What do we have here, guys, and what is our stance? Our stance is to grow the account no matter what. And for the account to grow, the account needs to sustain and take some volatility. Without volatility, there is no growth. Without volatility, there's no opportunity, right? Bitcoin is extremely volatile and extremely risky. And that is what I said. I said trading Bitcoin options is not for everyone. You need to be prepared to be down $500 like this in Rand. That's like how much? How much is that in Rand? $500 is about, let's see, let me just check here. I mean, you're basically down 8,000 Rand on the day, and that's okay. Why? Because I know where I'm going. So what do I have here? I basically have a synthetic Bitcoin long position where I'm accumulating Bitcoin. So I have about 0.06. I increased the position. So our dollar cost average, as Bitcoin was going down, I increased the position. And currently my average price or my average entry is $73,400. And Bitcoin is currently at $69,400. Major dip, guys. So I have about $4,200 here, which is about 0.06. My goal is to scale this position to about 0.01, right? That would mean to the current price is going to be $6,900. 0.1 is going to be $6,900 of this amount. That's my goal. If I get that, great. If not, that's perfectly fine. This is still a good enough size for me. And this is again to help the account grow and to get to that $10,000 mark like I wanted to. Okay. So I'm down $200 in the position, about minus 276%, which is a big loss right now compared. I mean, look here, 73, 69. That's what's happening. But anyways, this position is basically helping me participate in the upside. So as soon as Bitcoin recovers from this crash, and which it will, because Bitcoin always crashes, guys. And in the past, I've kind of missed this opportunity and I don't want to miss it again. In the past, I didn't have a system, right? Let me show you the past, guys. Bitcoin past was, I started seriously considering, trading. I was trying a lot of trading things in Bitcoin back in April 2025, well, January 2025, and then Bitcoin crashed, right? So I could have accumulated a lot of Bitcoin here and tried a strategy last year, but I didn't. And look what happened. Bitcoin crashed last year, and then it went all the way to an all-time high of $126,000, right? And I could have made tremendous amount of profit and money there. And I was begging for this opportunity to come, and here we are again. But people are panicking, and I am not, because I've realized that, you need to be greedy when others are fearful, right? Those are the words of Warren Buffett. And if you want to make it, if you want to have a lot of money, you have to be greedy when others are fearful, because this is where millions are made. So that's why I have this synthetic long position. I essentially have shares or own shares of Bitcoin here, and I want to participate in the upside. And I'm accumulating it at a cheaper price because Bitcoin is currently going down. The more Bitcoin goes down, the cheaper it is to buy more Bitcoin, so that when it goes up, you can make a lot of profit. Right, so let's continue here. The second position that is bleeding is my put options, right? Because remember, I'm selling options on Bitcoin. I have an option for 70K. Bitcoin is way below that. And I have another option for 72K. Bitcoin is way below that. But am I panicking? No. Why? Because these positions only expires on June 26th or 26th of June. So I'm basically saying that by the end of June, right, which is about in 23 days, I believe I'm basically betting that Bitcoin is going to be above 70 and 72K. Now, is that going to happen? I'm not too sure, right? This is a position that I'm taking. If that happens, great. If that doesn't happen, I don't really care. Why? Because I'm getting paid each and every day by Theta. So the total Theta that I'm getting on this account is $32. That's risk that's coming in each and every day. And this Theta increases as we get closer to expiry. Right. So the reason why I have a longer out of time put options is because, again, we're in a bear market. So Bitcoin tends to go down more than up. So I kind of want to give it more time for the thesis to play out. So I'm still bleeding here. I'm losing about a total of $370 on this entire position here. As you can see, I'm down pretty bad. But again, am I panicking? Am I worried? No, because I'm getting Theta, collecting Theta each and every day. So by the end of June, what I'm going to do is, closer to the time, if Bitcoin is still around this level and doesn't reclaim 70 or 72K, then I'm just going to roll the position out again into the future. I'll just keep rolling. So I'm going to roll this position to July, the end of July. When it comes to puts, I prefer now, my new strategy is to prefer to play it out a month, right? Out in a month. That's better because it gives it enough time for Bitcoin to settle down and then to bounce back up. So that's what I'm going to do. And if I do roll it out, I can bring in a lot more premium. So right now, the premium that I've brought here is $147. If you multiply this by 0.1, and here it's $195 if you multiply this by 0.1. So I still stand to make a decent amount of money at the end of the month if Bitcoin can be above 70 and 72. So I'm bleeding here. And what's making us money? The only thing that's making us money currently, guys, is these short call options. That's why I love this triangle. When you have this triangle, you sell put options, you sell call options. One side has to win, right? With the call options benefit when Bitcoin goes down. So the more Bitcoin goes down, the more profit you make. And what I'm just doing here now is I'm basically recycling and collecting the win, because the only position that's saving this whole account right now is these short calls. Because on the perp position, I'm bleeding. On the puts, I'm bleeding. But on all these short calls, as you can see, I'm up about $116. So it's kind of offsetting the loss. So I'm not losing as much, right? So on this position, I recently literally opened this position yesterday. Late at night, because another position was winning. So let me show you the trades that I made just to show you how I was closing the calls for profit. Anytime that you see buy here, that means I close a position for profit. So at 76K, when I opened this position, it was in tremendous profit. So I decided to close it and open up another position to get more money, more premium, right? So I bought this to close it. 76K, I collected premium, and then I sold another call option at 72K, as you can see here, right? If I go back to the position, 72K, I recently opened this position. That's why we're in a slight loss, but that's okay, right? But I closed this position and then I opened up this position. And then I also opened up 73K call option, and then I bought to close this position 77, because again it was in the profit. Look where Bitcoin is. So imagine opening up a position at 77 and Bitcoin is right here. I have made a great amount of profit. And then I did the same thing. I bought to close this position at 78 because we're no longer there. So that's a beautiful thing about, selling the call options, right? It's essentially helping you make profit as Bitcoin goes down. So this is a strategy in the system that I'm doing. So what's going to happen here, if Bitcoin stays around this level, I could potentially close this 75, which is already in 65% profit. And then I can just come here to the option chain, June 12th, 9 days left. I can literally open up this position at 71K, right? And then I can realize about $100. Let me just show you. If I open 0.1, this is how much I stand to make. The mark price is a premium that I stand to make. So if I do 0.1 multiplied by the mark price, 1055, that's about $105 that I can bring straight into the account. So this is basically accumulating and cultivating profits, right? This is how much I stand to make in 10 days, guys, in 9 days, if Bitcoin stays below, and Bitcoin is crashing right now, so that's fine. So if Bitcoin stays below 72, 73, 74, 75 in 10 days, which is probably likely, then I stand to make 0.1 times this, 65, 92, 71, 61. So I stand to make about $290, guys. $290 in 9 days in the bear market. This is what I call strategy, and this is what I prefer. So overall, guys, we are down on the account. We are down on the account about $400 now, but that's fine. I love this, and I want you guys to see this. The account is down. The goal is still to get to 10K, but it's a process, guys. You have to be patient. But if you have a strategy and you stick to the strategy, that's how you're going to get there. All right, that's how you're going to get there. So I'm just printing premiums, collecting $32 in Theta per day. I have my strategy. I know that these puts are going to participate in the uptrend when Bitcoin goes up in the long term. I just have to be patient. I know that this per position is going to participate in the uptrend in the long term. I just have to be patient. So it's just a waiting game, guys. And I want to keep you guys updated. I want to be transparent. And I just wanted to give you guys an update on the portfolio. Bitcoin is crashing. Bitcoin is down, but I'm not panicking. The short calls are printing, and I'm going to participate in the upside very soon. As soon as Bitcoin bounces back up, guys, you're going to see this account explode. I promise you. So this is just a quick update, guys. We are not panicking during the crash. We're just managing the portfolio. Feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys like the content. And I will see you guys in the next one.